I don't care what you are. A man, a woman, a fucking hamster. What you look like matters.
My dad used to say, there's no free lunch in this world, kiddo. I have a criminal record now, but I'll never have to say no to a dance invitation. Ever again. I haven't received any invitations yet, but when I do, I'm gonna be ready.
Everything happens for a reason. I know that. Good or bad, whatever happens, God's gonna love you. And when I'm getting real down in the dumps about my sin, my current situation, I hear God very clearly, right here in my left ear. And he's laughing, because he has a sense of humor, God. Just this morning, I was getting real depressed, and God said, Kathy, I know a rumba's a passionate dance, and sometimes it leads to other things. And then he chuckled. He did, right here in my left ear. So I'm not that worried about it.
Do I regret anything? No, I do not. The things that I have learned in the course of this year are fucking priceless.
One day, Derek and I were working on my Cuban motion. As usual, Derek was pushing me to find my utmost potential. We were doing just fine, you see, until someone crept up, startling Derek, causing him to lose concentration. And unfortunately, I took a pretty bad fall. I had to stop taking lessons, but it never stopped me from preparing the kind of fuel he needed to continue his life's work. Chicken pot pie, lasagna, even chocolate crepes. My kids would say, Mother, he's taking advantage of you. And I would say, if that's what you call it, I wish more people would take advantage of me, because it felt so damn good. I believe it was in the latter part of the morning. I was in the kitchen preparing a baked ham when I received his call. Derek said I wouldn't have to bring his lunch to the studio that afternoon.
He felt bad about canceling our lesson, so he offered to have Kip Sterling teach it instead. And I said no, absolutely not. That's like expecting Jesus to heal some lepers in the center of your town and having John the Baptist show up instead.
Luckily, my phone hadn't been turned off yet when he called to cancel our lesson, because I was able to tell him everything that was happening with me. That I had been evicted from my apartment, and that I had to get out that night, and that I needed my car back from him because I had nowhere else to stay. But he was acting real funny, and I could tell something was seriously wrong.
It sounded like he was crying. And then finally he was able to tell me that he had lost his right foot and he would never dance again. Damn it. Apparently, dancing was not Derek's only passion. He was a hunter by sport, and he had taken a few days off to visit some friends up in the Poconos, I believe.
Supposedly, one of his friends got real drunk or something and mistaken his foot for, I don't know, some kind of fucking bird.
And his hooligan friend shot his foot, I think 5 or 6 times.
Later, it was confirmed that it wasn't his right foot, it was his left. But the reality was that we had all lost the best dance instructor the world has ever known.
He said he'd be here 3 days ago, but I guess it's kind of hard to drive with only one foot. When I get real depressed about not having danced in over a week, or not having a place to live or a car to drive, I close my eyes and I picture Derek somewhere, limping around with a smile, wearing one of the many suits I bought him. And when that doesn't work, I look at my clothes. And when that doesn't work, I remember something Derek said. Life is like a dance. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. And anytime you're ready to start over, you ask somebody else to dance. Or something like that.
In John 17, verse 16, Jesus says, "In just a little while, I will be gone, and you won't see me anymore. And then just a little while after that, you'll see me again." Now, I'm not asking Derek to ride in on a chariot of white horses, or walk in on 2 feet for that matter. I just hope he comes back. So does Zachariah.
Sometimes I cook him snacks just for the hell of it and bring them by his apartment. But no one's there. The lights are out, and according to the landlord, he's moved to a place where rhythm is not a requirement. A place where a footless man is not reminded that he can no longer dance. A place where steps are not taken steadily. Some say they've seen him walking a few towns from here quite nicely. Others say they've heard he's teaching in Sherman Oaks, both feet intact. I thought I saw him one day at Lucky's, running with his groceries out the door and to a car. But the mind does funny things when it wants to believe in something. Derek made me believe. I'm an old woman, dear. A very old woman. Sometimes I even say to myself, Jean, you're an old woman. And sometimes I take Derek's picture